Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. You are vlogging with Earl. Yes, I have finally come up with a new title for this. It's called Vlogging with Earl. And my vlog today is all about Ravenloft again. For those of you who played last night at my table, thank you very much for showing up. Thank you for being patient. My other players that played with me last week, we had new players this week, so I appreciate you guys being patient while I brought the new players into the game. That was really awesome of you guys. Um, Sorry that you guys um, wasted an hour just waiting, but sometimes that happens. Um, so what I'm going to talk about is it's all about the Curse of Strahd. Yes, we are doing Return to Ravenloft. It's all about the Curse of Strahd. And I really am excited about this season of the Adventure League. I haven't been this excited since Horde of the Dragon Queen came out. I was really excited when Horde of the Dragon Queen came out and really liked Horde of the Dragon Queen. And I ran the first part of Rise of Tiamat. And I wanted to run the rest of it, but I had to. I went and took a seasonal job and got another person to cover my table, and they wanted to continue Rise of Tiamat, and they finished Rise of Tiamat, from what I understand, or they wanted to take a break from Rise of Tiamat for a while and play Curse of Strahd for that new table. Also, my table. So I had just been running one shots until the new season dropped, and now I'm running Curse of Strahd. So one of the things I wanted to do is at the DM's Guild, which is open to if you join the DM's Guild, which I have, is the new Heroes in the Mist. And for everybody that knows me, you know that I am all about Ravenloft. I ran a successful 3-year campaign in Ravenloft, and it was really awesome. And Heroes in the Mist has some really good options that are not necessarily AL legal, but I wanted to go over them because I thought that the Fraternity of Shadows really did a really good job. So the Fraternity of Shadows can be found at fraternityofshadows.com. And yes, I frequent their site quite often. And they basically have a 5-minute workday web comic and blog found at fmwd.com. So those are the ones that put this together. It's written by Jester David Gibson and edited by the Fraternity of Shadows. And it basically is Quoth the Raven, and is available on the DM's Guild. And the cool thing is when you first open this up, there's an introduction. 10 things the common person knows about Barovia and Ravenloft, which is really awesome. So what this book is about is it looks like that they took the second edition Champions of the Mist and a few other second edition stuff and actually rebuilt them using 5th edition rules for mechanics and balances. So all of the races that you would normally find in Ravenloft are here. Yes, the sub-races of dwarves and the Fey elves, as well as the other Fey touched, are here. Gnomes are here. The humans are here, as far as the Barovians, the Volcovanians, and all of the other ones that I could not pronounce are in here as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ethnic backgrounds for Ravenloft for humans, which is awesome. The little people, the halflings, are here. And of course, they did add the Tieflings, and I have no idea why they added the Caliban, but they did. They added the Caliban. So I guess the Caliban basically showed up from Rage of Demons. Don't figure. Anyway, they actually have full stats for playing a Caliban character, so that's interesting. Now, there's been issues as of late. Not a whole lot of GMs. I don't mind the Dragonborn, but a lot of GMs are saying that they don't care for the Dragonborn because they feel that they unbalance the game. Yeah, that's true to a point. There's ways to nerf that at your table. However, um, according to the AL legal, we have to. They're part of the thing, so we have to allow them. They so what these guys did was in answer to the game mechanic because of the fact that they weren't in previous Ravenloft editions. They were there as monsters, but they weren't there as player races. So they basically said to fill a mechanical need to replace the Dragonborn and to make it them a little bit more to make the setting a little bit more gothic horror, they decided to add the Dread Gargoyle. Yes, dun 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 dun, the Dread Gargoyle. So the Dread Gargoyles basically have some really cool special abilities. However, going over the gargoyle traits and actually building one, I realized that this is not very well balanced for first to fourth level. They can literally breeze through. I looked it up, and a gargoyle is actually a CR4 creature. And after building a first level fighter using these stats, I realized that his CR would be around 5th, based off of the base attack bonus that you would get and that type of thing, and proficiency bonus and all of his ability scores and everything. So, yeah. So basically, he would be able to walk through. Also, there's a flame gazer. And the flame gazer is basically a gargoyle with the power of the elements flows through their blood. And they get fire breath, just like Dragonborn. And then there's also acid, cold, lightning, and poison. So there are other gazers as well. Guess you could say cold gazers, acid gazers, lightning gazers, and poison gazers. So there's just gazers all about. So then there are the Sky Watchers, which basically have bat-like wings that allow you to catch the air and falling without fear of injury, so you can glide. And then, of course, there are the classic gargoyles that are the stone lurkers that are in here. So with that, I'm quite happy. Then, of course, our favorite is in here. Everybody loves the half destiny. Everybody wants to play as a gypsy. Well, now you can with Heroes in the Mist, even though they're not AL legal, which is unfortunate. But the Geomorgos, yes, the Geomorgos is what they're calling them in here. And basically, they have options for True Destiny, and then they have options for Not of the Blood, and then they have options for basically the different half-breed, such as half orcs, half elves, etc. And also they have the Destiny that specialize in entertainment and spellcasting services. And then there's the ones that do all of the trade and crafts. And then, of course, there is the exotic ones that basically only show up when they want something from you, not the other way around. With that said, I'm not allowing anyone to use the Dampier, but there is Dampier available in here for 5th edition. And, of course, there happens to be the the classic half vampire, half human, or half vampire, whatever, using the vampire rules, which is kind of cool. But I'm saving that to use against the PCs. And then of course there's options for classes and feats with all of the classic different types of classes. Most noted by most the most notoriety of these happen to be with the cleric. Guess what? Channel Divinity Shield of Israel. So if you want to be an anchorite, you go right ahead, because there is the Shield of Israel. When you and then there's the other option is the Rogue Investigator from 2nd edition is in here. And it's a 3rd level archetype that you can take for rogues when you hit that level. And like I said earlier, I'm not there yet. There are new backgrounds. I was getting ahead of myself. There are new backgrounds that you can take. And the new backgrounds that you can take are very good. But there's one in particular that goes really good with the Rogue Investigator, which is the Town Guard. The Town Guard is basically has a feature called Officer of the Law, but there's a variant feature called the Detective. And if you take the background, you get proficiency with insight and perception. And if you are doing the variant detective, you also gain investigation as well. And you get double your proficiency with those, which is really nice. When you take the investigator, you basically get double your proficiency with investigation, insight, and perception. So that's really cool. So those actually stack and work together. And there are, of course, new going on from there. There are new Sorcerer Fae bloodlines. There is new Warlock expanded spell list and expanded Pact. And there are new Wizard options as well in here. Backgrounds. There are, besides the background I said about the Town Guard, there's also the Acolyte, which has a variant of Guardian. There is a Changeling that has some really cool a really cool feature. The other ones out of the books are here with some variants, such as there's the Entertainer variant, Stage Magician. There's the variant called the Prophet for the Hermit. I don't know why, but yes, they added an Inquisitor option in here. I guess as a background, so you could totally be an Inquisitor, which is kind of interesting. Then there's a Sage option with a variant of Physician. There's also a Doctor's background that you could take that also has the variant of Veterinarian. There's Soldier and Sailor and Soul Survivors. So the Soldier background is Soul Survivor. It gives you a safe house feature that you basically are the last survivor, and you know how to build a safe house and to keep track of safe houses across Barovia, I guess, or in the wilds, kind of like a ranger. So anyway, those are the backgrounds, and then there's a whole chapter on customizing characters for your games and what you want to use, what you don't want to use. Then there's the equipment chapter, variant rules for all new, for a bunch of new equipment, and variant rules for tools that can be used as impromptu and weapon equipment. And then of course you got adventuring gear and trinkets that you can take. Also, there are all of the faiths are in here. You have Belinus, you have the Eternal Order of the Religion of Darkon, you have Ezra, you have Hala, you have the Lawgiver. Yes, the Morning Lord is here. Can't have Ravenloft without the Morning Lord. Even the beast god of the night worshipped in primordial forests, known as the wolf god. Yes, the wolf god is here. And I got plans on using him. And of course, Zakakata, the beast deity of Jahana that demands continual sacrifice, is here as well. So, with that said, there are a lot of options. There are also new magical items, new magic items. There's an Avenger archetype that is available at the DMG's Guild for fighter archetypes. And then in the Heroes in the Mist, there is an Avenger sword, which is really cool and really awesome. So you guys might want to check out DM's Guild. They got a lot of cool stuff that's being done for 5th edition, and I was quite happy, and I am downloading everything I can get my hands on for Ravenloft and trying to figure out everything that's going on. So anyway, that's this edition of Vlogging with Earl. Now that we came up with a thing, I need to start cleaning my apartment, so I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.